Hey guys, I'm back, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a movie review on Twisters. This is a sequel to Twister. It was released in 2024. It stars Glenn Powell, Daisy Edgar-Jones, and Anthony Ramos. In this movie, a woman with a tragic past, Kate Cooper, gets lured back to tornado chasing by her friend Harvey to test a groundbreaking new tracking system. She soon crosses paths with Tyler Owens, a charming but reckless social media superstar who thrives on posting his storm chasing adventures. As storm season intensifies, Kate, Tyler, and their competing teams find themselves in a fight for their lives as multiple systems converge over central Oklahoma. This review is very late and it was very delayed. I'm really sorry about that. Without further ado, let's begin with this review and let's start talking about the positives. I'm getting straight to the point here. This movie delivers on the spectacle you want from a natural disaster movie, and it also has a story which is better than the average natural disaster movie. Like, the story and the characters aren't anything great, but they are pretty serviceable by natural disaster movie standards. Obviously, it's a natural disaster movie. You go in wanting these big epic set pieces involving destructive weather, and in this movie you get a nice mix between these smaller scale set pieces and these much larger scale set pieces involving these twisters. These sequences are all well done, and the CGI is generally very solid throughout the film as well. And yeah, the story and the characters and the drama are all completely serviceable by natural disaster movie standards. The movie also has a decent cast. Glenn Powell gets the job done as a charismatic leading man, Daisy Edgar-Jones is good as Kay, and Anthony Ramos is fine as Harvey. Overall, a solid cast. This film is over 2 hours long, not by much but slightly. No natural disaster movie needs to be 2 hours or longer in my opinion, but with this film you don't really feel the 2 hour runtime. It doesn't feel that overlong, which is very much a good thing. It helps give it a kind of in and out fun spectacle movie feel. The film also has a pretty nice soundtrack. This wasn't really a major takeaway for me, but its soundtrack is largely made up of country music, and it kind of helps with a movie like this. It feels appropriate for the tone of this movie, and I think it works. And finally, a nice thing about this movie is that it just has a kind of nice old school blockbuster vibe to it. You know, you get action and spectacle, bit of drama, bit of romance, that kind of thing. Has a nice kind of traditional vibe to it, which is pretty fun. Moving on to negatives, the film doesn't have the greatest story ever. It is a natural disaster movie at the end of the day. It can feel cliched, and even smaller things like the way characters interact at points can be annoying, borderline unbearable. It can just get kind of predictable and, as I said, a bit cliched. And as I said earlier, no natural disaster movie needs to be 2 hours. It doesn't feel too overlong, but it does also feel slightly overlong. Genuinely, I feel like the film could have worked at like an hour and 40 minutes, because at over 2 hours, it is a bit much. I feel like the film could have had, like, as I said earlier, that kind of in and out fun spectacle movie feel. It has that, but I feel like it could have it a little bit more if it had a shorter runtime. Even though the fact that you don't really feel the runtime contributes to that feeling, if they had a shorter runtime, it would contribute to that feeling even more, if you know what I'm trying to say. Additionally, the film is very structurally similar to the original, and as a result, it can feel kind of unoriginal or overly familiar. It isn't a major issue, because I think the structure is fine, but like, I don't know if they had to repeat the structure of the original as closely as they did here. And final thing to say here, I don't really feel like there's any real standout set piece up until the finale, and even then the finale is just kind of fine. Like, all of the set pieces are well done and they're fun to watch, but for the most part I don't really feel like there's any set pieces any more thrilling than what I've seen in previous natural disaster movies, which isn't a bad thing, because not every natural disaster movie needs to top the last one, but it feels a little bit less special as a result, I guess. Like, there wasn't much here which truly got my blood pumping, which is fine, because again, it does feel like a kind of old school, old-fashioned blockbuster movie, so it doesn't need to be this really big standout thing, but at the end of the day, I feel like it isn't quite as thrilling as I wanted it to be. But that's just coming from someone who is a natural disaster movie fan. Overall, I didn't have quite as much fun with this movie as I wanted to, which I was surprised by. So surprised, in fact, that I went and saw it again a couple days later after I originally saw it to see if I was missing anything, because I feel like I just didn't get as much out of it the first time as I wanted to, and the second time around I did have a bit more fun with it. But overall, I'm not like 100% sure why people are going as crazy for this movie as they are. Like, it's not getting critical acclaim or anything, but it is getting much better reception than the majority of natural disaster movies, including the original Twister. And that may have something to do with it, again, having this old school blockbuster vibe, but I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was anything more or anything less than fine. I thought it was a fun time, it was enjoyable, I would watch it again. It's a worthy addition to the natural disaster movie canon. I thought it was a good natural disaster movie, and it has a story and characters that are better than the average natural disaster movie. This is the first time in a while I've been genuinely actually torn between two ratings for a film. I'm not 100% sure whether to give this a 6 out of 10 or a 6.5 out of 10, but I'm gonna go with a 6.5 out of 10. Mainly because, you know, I think it is fun, and it does deliver on what you want from a natural disaster movie. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this review. If you did enjoy, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to, again, I'm so sorry sorry for how late this review was. Thank you very much for watching. If you have seen this movie, feel free to let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Third time I've said that now. And until next time, bye bye.